Live. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing on this beautiful Friday vibe day? Fridays is Friday Vibes with Q. Welcome everyone who's in the room. We got my man Gorilla Strong, salute to you. My man Bananas, salute to you. Of course, Die Gray Sky also working the boards. We are in the house tonight, baby. What is the deal? I hope everyone had a very good holiday and a Christmas. I still got my little Christmas trees up and all of that good stuff, and just getting ready for the new year and all of the new changes and music and everything else that's going to come along with it, man. You know, it's crazy. There's a good chance, just to let y'all know, that this set that we've all grown to love and adore might be changing for the next year. I'm not sure yet, but it looks like there are new elements coming to the show, and I don't want to say too much. Just really excited about it. So we might be having a change of scenery, but the show will go on, and so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and you know, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for whatever. Thank you, Banana. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Bananas. Thank you. Salute to you, man. I appreciate that. Um, you need me to lower this light or? Okay. Boom. There we go. Nice. I was a little washed out by the bright lights. My cousin Raquel is in the house. Shout out to my nephew Articulated Ninja, who's one of the illest on YouTube. If you a fan of action figures and people that put like a lot of heart and soul from the play sets or the dioramas that they make, he's one of the illest I've ever seen. So if you get a chance, check out Articulated Ninja. He's amazing. What up, Mir Depp? What's the deal? Welcome, Friday Vibes. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Also, shout out to my homies at Long Beach Originals. Y'all know what this is. That's the you. That's funny. I'm a gremlin, son. Okay, so let's get to the announcements. The first thing, no doubt. So the first thing I want to announce is that I put up a couple of pieces of vinyl for sale on Live from the Lab episode this Wednesday, and those are completely sold out. So if you did buy a vinyl, thank you so very much. I appreciate your love and support. That was very awesome. We still have the sale going on with Vengeance is Mine and Vengeance is Mine and the Mechanic 2 for 10. And you get a signed poster and all of that. We have posters on sale. We have this bad boy, one of my favorites, the qunique tag shirt. Really came out cool, you know what I mean? So these are all for sale up there. And we'll have more vinyl next year and new albums and new music. So get ready for that. I was just talking to DJ Rhett today. We were going over our schedule for next year. And the way that I want to release this album is a month a song. I want every single song on this album to get the love that it deserves. The qunique DJ Rhett album, we are very excited, man. And what I'm going to tell you, party people, is the title of the album is The QR Code. Get it? Qunique, R, Rhetmatic, the QR code. We live by a code when it comes to this culture or just music, entertainment in general. Me and Rhetmatic live by a very specific code of dignity and respect and peace, unity, love, and having fun and all of that stuff. So that is the deal, taking it from the mighty universal Zulu nation and then expanding on that thought. But that album's dropping next year. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. I had to leak it to y'all first. There's no advertisement yet. There's no art. The artwork is being worked on. Songs are getting mixed. Album is done. But I wanted to share that with y'all because I'm very excited about this album, man. So get ready, man. It's gonna be a nice year of just an onslaught of releases. On top of the fact that if you are into what I do on the rock side of things, my band Mother Fuzz will also be releasing a song a month uh, for the whole year. And it's also very exciting. And we'll have an album out. And so, man, you know, lot going on, man. And I'm very excited. I'm glad you guys are here to be a part of this journey. I'm glad that I'm getting to virtually know a lot of y'all. And I truly appreciate your love and support. The next thing I want to announce is that next week, because of the way the holiday is falling on the calendar, there won't be any live streams next week. There will be pre-recorded videos of a pretty much a wrap up of what I did this year, whether it's Mother Fuzz or with qunique. I'm gonna go over songs on the pre-recorded, and you know, just get into the quick thought process, book reports per song, and just let y'all marinate on it and enjoy it. Because next year, everybody, you know, it's New Year's. Everybody's going to be getting into their thing, and maybe either we'll return next Friday, but I was told that there's a good chance by Stutters that we're probably going to take the week off. We'll have video content coming, but it'll all be pre-recorded. So just keep on checking in. Everything will be posted and promoted and announced, so y'all know where the links are and all. You know how I do, son. You know how I do. Yeah, man. Thank you, Gorilla Strong. Thank you, Bananas. I really appreciate that. Mere Depth. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I want to talk about a subject that I was building with apathy again 2 days ago, and I started where apathy was on someone else's live feed on TikTok, and they were talking about when I caught the show. I didn't catch it at the beginning, but at the part that I caught it, they were talking about Busta Rhymes in particular, and the debate was: is he a lyrical MC? Is he not? What is he? And what piqued my interest was that apathy had checked the dude, not in a disrespectful way. It was more like he was checking like where homie was coming from as far as what his age was, how much did he know, when did he start listening, and I appreciated that from apathy, and I appreciated that the entire conversation was respectful and it didn't. Edwin, what's the deal? What's the deal? See, I remembered, Edwin. I remembered. I get props for that shit. But here's the deal. When it comes to thank you, Edwin. I appreciate that. So here's the deal. Whenever it comes to, for me, because I've been in the business for quite some time, when it comes to artists, what I told Apathy, and he agreed, is that you can trace, first of all, before you go in and you start critiquing an artist that's been around for like Busta, for instance. You know, Busta, Leaders of the New School, been around since like 90, 91, right? And Busta has not stopped the train. And he's accomplished incredible accolades, and he has dropped some of the most iconic verses known to man, songs that will never get out of your head. The Scenario always comes to mind for me, and you know, he has some albums that are just ridiculous. He's always been an amazing beat selector. And obviously, we all know his stage presence is like damn near like one of one. There's nobody that has been a. There are people that have their staging and what they do on stage, and each person is incredible for what they do. The Roots are incredible for what they do. R.A. the Rugged Man is incredible for what he does, and so on and so forth. And so with Busta, what I like to do is first of all, I know he could be lyrical, because if you listen to certain verses that he's put out, the intricacy, he has a way of bringing simplicity and intricacy and sandwiching them together. And then he knows where to put his energy, whether he gives it to you on a low monotone, like chill, like ride, or he'll just give it to you like the dragon. He just know he is a super professional, a veteran, a king in this culture, and almost damn near undeniable, because he's one of those few people that has been able to um, balance commercial and street shit. Not a lot of people could do that either. I've seen Jay-Z do it. I've seen Nas do it. Kendrick, so on and so forth. Some do it better than others. I'm not saying a ranking or anything, but some do it better than others. Right, right. There you go. You guys know what I'm talking about. And the other thing that I like to do that apathy liked what I said is that I like to um, Detroit. What's the deal? I like to kind of get into the lineage of the artist. Like when I look at Busta Rhymes, right? What I told Apathy was that Busta is like this really careful balance of lyricism and moving the crowd. Not a lot of people could do that. Hey, yo, Stutters, can you close my room door, please? Can you close the office door, please? I can hear that other TV. Thank you. When it comes to Busta, you start I start from the beginning. Busta, to me, his early blueprint is Busy Bee, actually. Busy Bee could rhyme, but he could also move the crowd almost better than anyone at that time. So it's one of those things where I like to look at the lineage and how they came to be and how far, and what might have influenced Busta along the way. So with him, I always start with Happy Holidays, Spoons. I always start with as early as I could go back, and then go all the way down the line. So with him, I traced him all the way back to Busy Bee, because if you watch the movie Wild Style, when he's in the battle against Lil Rodney C, Busy's rhyming, but he also knew how to get the crowd hype and get them moving. And Busy's always had that that uh that 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 skill set. And then as you move forward, you'd have to dive into who could have influenced him. So I might look at Big Daddy Kane and the energy of KRS-One during the crack era for Busta Rhymes. Although you might even want to throw in a little Bismarck, because Bismarck had a very unique uh, skill set of moving the crowd and being super entertaining and engaging. So it's fascinating when you do that with certain artists, man. I was having fun with a lot of people. Like, for instance, Rakim. I agree when Kumo D had said it on the back of a single or something. Rakim is a direct descendant of Kumo D. Like, if you really analyze Kumo D and you get into the battle, I'm not talking about Kumo D during the crack era. I'm talking about Kumo D during the treacherous 3 days back in the day, before any of us even understood what the hell we were looking at. And Kumo D was very lyrical during that time. And so he was saying, he was using bigger words than everybody else in the room, and just his flow patterns. And he was just ill. You have to go back, check out not just the Kumo D versus Busy Bee battle, which I'm sure you can find on YouTube somewhere, but check out some of his earliest stuff, man. You listen to man, I can't remember the names of the first Treacherous 3 song that came out. If anybody can help me with that, if they remember. But he was always super lyrical. And so when Rakim came into play, he wasn't a copy, but he had some of that skill set of being able to use vocabulary and a cadence in a way that we just never heard before. Maybe hints through Kumo D, but Rakim and Kumo D are both one of one. There's nothing like them before them. So that you could do that with almost any artist, man. It's a lot of fun if you're just chilling, man, and if you're really passionate like I am. I kind of like do that from time to time and just like, oh snap, you could like draw the line from this to this. For myself, I'm a student. The first person that um thank you, Gorilla. Thank you, Gorilla Strong. That's dope that you got that. Thank you. My first immediate, like when it comes to rhyming, the first person that made the biggest impression on me is KRS-One. Um, his way, his obviously he has a catalog that's just insane. He is 60 years old and still on the same energy level. Um, I've been fortunate to watch him through the decades on stage. Bill Shapiro, what's the deal? And it's been he is has always been the first teacher for me, and then it follows. It's KRS, Rakim, Kane. Those are the three, like the ones that made the first impression of when I was about to start my journey. Those were the ones. Not saying that what came before them didn't earn my respect. Yes, yes, Gorilla, exactly. Merry Christmas, user with a T. Um, Not saying that Melly Mel or Grandmaster Caz or Whipper Whip and oh, what's up, Tanya? Or any of them don't get my respect because, like what I just said, if I look at the teachers that I just picked, like for instance, I said Rakim had this lineage that goes all the way back to Kumo D. Big Daddy Kane, his lineage goes all the way back to Grandmaster Caz. Um, and then KRS. See, KRS is almost like a wild card to me, and I'm not trying to put him above anyone else. It's just that for me to find where his roots are. Crazy Legs, ladies and gentlemen, give that boy some love. He's got a birthday coming up. Emor, what's going on, son? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget, y'all, we got the super chats and the super stickers. I appreciate your donations. And don't forget, check the website for the year-end sales that we have going on and all of that. Flash dance, that's right, Mr. Crazy Legs. Yeah, Crazy Detroit, what's the deal? Crazy Legs got his birthday on New Year's Day, son. On New Year's Day. You're about to be KRS-One's age, son. Salute to Crazy Legs, man. What could I say, man? Approaching your birthday and knowing you for as long as I have, and you've always been a big brother and a mentor to me, whether it was a direct lesson or just leading by example. You've always been amazing. So salute to Crazy Legs, everyone. Big birthday coming up for Crazy Legs. And Crazy Legs, I got you one of these joints, son. I got you one of these. Ha 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 ha. um, woo! So Legs, I was doing this thing. That's right. So Legs, maybe you could help me out. I was doing this thing about lineage, right? And Crazy Legs might be. So I what I do is I draw this line of lineage. Um, That's funny. Yo, Detroit, you a funny dude. I'm doing this lineage thing. So it started with a conversation that we were having about Busta Rhymes. And I was like, you could trace Busta Rhymes all the way back to Busy B. And the reason why I said that was Busy B he could rhyme, but he knew how to move the crowd almost the best during his era. And so I feel like Busta Rhymes has that where he could rhyme, but he's very good and he has a high level skill set of moving the crowd as well. So I draw his lineage line starting at Busy B. I'm sure there's other people like KRS and like I said, KRS and I said I forgot who I matched him up with, but I definitely put him with a little bit of Bismarck because Bismarck has an incredible Right, exactly. And then what I said was the people that were teachers to me, KRS, Rakim, and Kane. Rakim, you could trace all the way back to Kumo D. Kane, you could trace all the way back to Grandmaster Caz. But KRS is more of a wild card for me. Um, I can't fully trace. I could take hints of Run from Run DMC because if you've ever watched Run from Run DMC on stage, he was like, rah! He was always like, both Run DMC had that aggression. Like if you really like kind of like look at a Run DMC live show, their level of aggression is almost on a New York hardcore level. Like they're like rah! Like they're screaming like hardcore dudes. Like you know what I mean? Like sick of it all and an agnostic front. It's pretty amazing to watch. They always like kicked up the energy. So maybe there's a chance that KRS took some of that energy because obviously the one group that I feel like people will kind of like tend to forget about is Run DMC and how they impacted all of us because they were the ones that made the example of "What's up, Eric? What's the deal?" That's right, COC Murphy's Law. You know what I'm talking about. Um, their impact was they were the first to do so many crazy things as far as charting and breaking ground that I could see like KRS-One being influenced by them. And he said it on a song once. Jordan, what's the deal? So that's just having fun with just um, drawing this line, this lineage line of where to get. And like I said for myself, mine starts with KRS-One at the top, but it's KRS, Rakim, Kane, and then there's other artists that kind of I like almost like what Bruce Lee said. It's like Bruce Lee said, you could pick and choose from the different styles you are learning from, and you take what works for you and discard what doesn't. Doesn't mean that it's whack. It's just that certain things that work for that artist might not work for you. You just find what does work and kind of like take it in a dignified way and shape it to your own style. And so what I'm getting at is that after that, playing dead. Right, exactly. You get the deal, Sam. So it's like aside from the three that I mentioned, Wu Tang, Nas, Smith and Wesson, uh, Smooth the Hustler. Those are some of the ones that really stand out. Ice Cube, and just like had little tidbits of influencing me as I moved on. Jay Z. The list goes on and on. And I never really get into the like for instance, if I said Jay Z, I'm certain there's always a person that's ill Jay Z, but it's like first of all, I don't know him, so whatever you feel is what you feel. But I'm not talking about them as people. I'm talking about music and styles and techniques and rhymes. And then when you get into to the other side of my split personality, when you get into rock, my number one um, influence on top is Soundgarden, and then Stone Temple Pilots, and then it goes into Alice in Chains and Nirvana and Pearl Jam and the Screaming Trees and Oasis and as you could see, my palette for what I do is more on the grunge side. I also love Mastodon and Gojira and all of that stuff. So you get it. Gorilla, that's a good question. Do I find it easier working on the West or my favorite STP band album is Core, and I'm gonna break that down. But first, let me answer Gorilla. I have been more productive here, I feel, here in California. But I have to attribute it also to maturing and getting older and you know, Sam, who is in Playing Dead, he's been with me during meltdowns when I first got out here in California. So he knows, man, I had to really adjust to a lot of things that were happening in my life personally. And then, right, you know what I'm talking about, Sam. And then, and then the people that I was dealing with really caught me at a bad time. So there were certain projects that should have happened, or maybe I don't know what the world or what the universe had in store, but in my mind there were certain projects that was supposed to happen that just didn't, because speaking for myself, I just wasn't in the right frame of mind ultimately. And my deepest apologies to those people that were dealing with me at that time, because I know I was a handful. And I got a lot of love for those guys, and they're incredible producers, and I have nothing but good things to say about them. But it just didn't work out the way we all would have liked it to. But moving forward, I definitely, and again, Sam would know this, I definitely was able to get the train back on the track, apologize for my transgressions, and then just move forward in a way where my whole catalog got cleaned up. I dealing with you know, labels and getting music out and videos, and here we are. So obviously I locked in and got myself in a better position. So California has been kind of a blessing for me. Not say obviously New York is who I am, you know. New York is my blood. New York is my soul. You know, I can never. There's no way at this point in time that I could ever say that I'm an LA-based rapper. That would be lying. I am a Brooklyn-based rapper through and through. Obviously, I have certain roots in the Bronx because of my grandmother and living with her, but I'm a Brooklyn-based rapper. That's where I was born and raised, and so that is the deal with that. Now, answering my homie Sam, I always, you know, with Stone Temple Pilots, I love everything that they've ever dropped. I'm that kind of a fan with them, even without Scott Weiland. Although Scott Weiland to me is one of the greatest frontmen of all time, in my opinion. I just thought, what's up, Andrea? I just thought he was amazing. I got to see him live, and I'm going to answer you in a no, Jordan. I never worked with Spit Gems. He's an amazing MC, and you know, maybe we should. We're both Puerto Rican and Italian. You know, he's a cool dude. I met him, and you know, we've had good conversations. I got nothing but respect for him. He's a solid dude. Um, so I love everything about Stone Temple Pilots. I was fortunate enough to see Stone Temple Pilots with Scott Weiland in the early days. And so that's one of my cherished memories. I've always loved that band. And the reason why I picked the first album is because it's raw, and there's nothing to skip on that first album. Not saying that I think their first three albums are just fucking flawless. But then I think all of the albums are just brilliant. Um, they're solid albums. It's the way I feel about Mastodon. I don't think Mastodon ever dropped a weak album ever, but I'm a fat Mastodon fan. So I stand by that. I just think Mastodon is an incredible band for what they do. But yeah, I always go to core when it comes to Stone Temple Pilots, because I love the rawness of it. I love where Scott Weiland's vocal range was at that time, because you know, as you go through the years with Stone Temple Pilots, his vocal range, his tone changes drastically. And so that's my favorite album. That's the album that made a big impact. Although the Purple album is just chocked full of just beautiful music, and so it's also a great album. But the first album is my favorite. The same with System of a Down. I love their first three albums, four albums, but their first album, as you could see, I'm a fan of that raw, untamed guitar sounds that are just punching you constantly in the face, and the vocals. Like, it's crazy because with System of a Down, when you listen to that first album, even the vocals sound like it's just Mike through a PA. It's incredible, you know? And so I love that sound. I've always, even though I personally never released an album with that kind of sound, I've always loved that sound. So that's my favorite Stone Temple Pilot album book report from my brother Sam. Keep the questions rolling, son. We butter the bread. That's dope. Dope, dope. You know what yeah, you know what? I've been listening to a lot. I've been going back and forth. So these are the albums that have been heavy on my playlist recently. Light Years, Nas and Primo. What up, Eric? You just missed it. I was talking about Stone Temple Pilots and Mastodon and all of that good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, man, Eric, my bass player from Mother Fuzz, is in the chat. Yes, yes, give him some love. He's a good dude all around. Yo, Eric, when he retires from the music business, he's gonna be doing a docu-series on National Geographic, because that dude is straight up a hunter, a hunter-gatherer. He and I are from different planets. And so, oh yo, remember y'all were asking about my man Sage Francis. Here we go, Strange Famous Music. Right there, repping for Sage Francis. Y'all know the deal. Where was I? Oh, what's been on my rotation? So the first album I want to say is the Nas. That's what's up. Thank you, Gorilla. The Nas Primo album, and the lesson that I learned about the Nas Primo album is, I think, and I don't know if I'm speaking for everyone, but I think that a lot of us need to learn how to marinate on an album like we used to. There was a conversation again that I was having with MC Search and Apathy, and MC Search pointed out that back in the day when hip hop was young, artists took their time to release albums. So what you had was a situation like, for instance, when Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One's group, released their first album, Criminal Minded, we got to sit with that album for a couple of years until his next album dropped. So you marinated. You were just forced, not in a maniacal villain way, like, aha, this is a strategy. It's just that hip hop was still young and it wasn't an album machine like it is today. So these artists, you got to remember, Articulated Ninja in the house. Is he? You got to remember that people tend to forget KRS, Rakim, and Kane. Exactly, Andrea. You know the deal. Excuse me, Tanya. You know the deal. Pardon me, Tanya. Exactly. You see, you guys know the deal. So that's what I'm getting at, is that another point that you got to bear in mind is that when Kane, Rakim, KRS, Kool G Rap, Bismarck were dropping these albums during that time, they were kids. Rakim was 18 years old. KRS was 20 years old. Kane was like 19. And these were teenagers that were just hitting 20. So not only were they super young, so they're getting their footing as far as maturity, but they're part of this machine that in hip hop we didn't quite understand. We got the example from Run DMC, but you got to remember, when we were all looking at Run DMC, they were practically aliens. The things that they were accomplishing was so far-fetched that it didn't make sense. So although they set some examples, putting out an album was still kind of foreign. You know, they were Run DMC, so for all of us, that seemed easy. It was still a singles game. Even the Jungle Brothers are young, and Tribe and De La, all of that, 80, 88, 89, 90, 91. These are all kids. You know, starting this thing, and now putting out an album is just natural instinct. But what I'm getting at is, and a lot of you have pointed it out, is that there was so much time between albums that you just had to marinate. You had no choice. And it made it dope. You can't quite do that today because attention spans have kind of shrunk. But what made me fall in love with this new Nas album even more than I already did was that I spent more time with it. Put it on while I would clean my house or put it on while I was driving and just get really like just get past opinion and everybody's hot topic click shit and just like really dive into what it is that Nas and Primo were doing. And without all of the outside noise, what's up, Machiavelli? Without all of the outside noise, I was able to actually formulate my own opinion. And my own opinion was, I like it. I love it. I think it's a good album. It's solid. And so the Nas Lightyear album has been in heavy rotation on my in my ears. Yeah, like he's just got some really good joint. I like the New York State of Mind 3. I love that beat. I love that sinister like movie shit and the fact and here's a little gem for y'all. Nas is in the Billy Joel documentary. He's in the Billy Joel documentary, which is Get Ready is dope. Yes, Machiavelli. Would you work with Big Vic Lowe? I would love to work with Thurston, man. I love Thurston. You know, we don't like we've been cool with each other. I don't know him that well, but it would be dope. You know what I mean? Like we're respectful towards each other. We're aware of each other's presence and we built with each other and all of that. But I don't have like a homie friendship with him like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have his number or anything, but I would definitely work with him. So what I was getting at was Nas is in the Billy Joel documentary, and I was like, this is nuts. So when you listen to New York State of Mind Part 3 and he's playing that Billy Joel sample, it's like, yo, the dots are so crazily connected on this song, it's not even funny. Like that was just like Nas is a fucking genius for pulling that off. Like that blew my mind. That blew my mind. Another album that's been heavy in my rotation lately is Fly God, West Side Gun. I went back to that album and I gotta say, Articulated Ninja, ladies and gentlemen, yes. There's my nephew, one of the illest on YouTube, y'all. I told y'all, give him a follow. If you're into like that action figure life like I am, the dude is nice with the dioramas and the play sets and his content is just amazing. So give that boy a follow. Got mad love for my nephew, Articulated Ninja. Salute to you, baby. So I was getting at it. West Side Gun, Fly God. I know he has a fucking massive catalog, you know what I mean? But I gravitate to that. I really dig that. I like practically all everything Griselda puts out. I just love. I love their vibe. But that album really resonates with me. And I also like Pray for Paris. But I've been going more and more into Fly God and just like chilling with it like in the cut because it's got that, you know, you roll up some weed and just play on some Fly God shit. It just matches, man. It just matches. You know what I mean? I didn't peep Coyote. I'm gonna do that today. On my word. I'm gonna do that today. My bad, yo. You know, holidays and family shit, man. I did not peep the dynamic duos. I gotta listen to that shit. Yes, my brother Destroy, he got dope 12 inches, man. What's going on, your God? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So another album. I know, Gorilla. The holiday week kind of like threw me for a little bit of a loop. Another album that's been, yes, Roll Out in the Matador. Destroy is not nice, son. He's nice with it. Another album that has been heavy on rotation for me is Alice in Chains, The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. When I got a chance to build with Jerry Cantrell, I had told him that is actually one of my all-time favorite Alice in Chains albums. And he was like, oh, that's the dark album. That's what he called it. And but that album to me is like just a beautifully crafted album, Alice in Chains with Robert Duvall on the vocals and just front to back, nothing to skip, just Jerry Cantrell's riffs, Robert and Jerry just killing it, and Sean and just it's one of my favorite Alice in Chains albums, one of my favorite all-time rock albums. The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here, just killer album, man. So that's been heavy on rotation for me as well. Thank you, Stutters. You are a G. Thank you. Look, Stutters came through, blessing me with my mug for the evening. Little Nas, Lightyear. Shout out to Nas for real. Close that door, Stutters. Thank you. Let me see. Trying to think. I know that there's one more album that just there's albums now. Now here's the deal. I'm a Spotify listener. I know everybody has different. Some people are Apple Music, like my homie Eric, or some people have Amazon. I'm a Spotify listener, so I go to the playlists. Number one spun playlist for me, and it's no secret, Sick of It All. The New York hardcore band Sick of It All, my number one playlist. I play their shit over and over and over. They, to me, are my favorite New York hardcore band, one of my all-time favorite rock bands, whatever you want to, I don't, New York hardcore, of course, but they are one of my favorite bands to really get into. Yes, Duffelbag Ran, aka Ransom, Dope Lyrics, new project. Thank you for that, Jordan. I'm gonna have to check that out. Scratch the Surface. Yes, they done it. Oh, that's right, Machiavelli. That's dope. Yes. But Sick of It All is one of my all-time favorite bands. I just can't. They're one of those bands that I know I go through their entire catalog when I play the playlist. And I'm sure at the same time, if I went through each album, I would love every album. That's the effect that band has on me. Yeah, unfortunately though, Tanya, is what's sad is that the lead singer Lou has cancer, and he's really going through it. I've definitely donated and bought merch, and it's heartbreaking. And we all, give our prayers and strength to Lou, and you could donate or buy merch from Sick of It All. It's definitely for me as a fan, it's a sensitive issue. It's a really sad thing, and I pray that he could come out of it all healed and just ready to move forward with his life at this point. You know what I mean? And so, shout out to Lou and the rest of the Sick of It All family, and much love to them. So yes, another playlist that I just I'm sorry, Tanya. I'm very sorry for that. Another playlist that I just can't get enough of is Parkway Drive. I put on Parkway Drive, son. That's another band. Love that band so much. There isn't anything that I skip. They just hit the nail on the head for me. Every single song, they just have a way of writing that I just enjoy. Parkway Drive is one of my all-time favorite. Yeah, hardcore shows are no joke, man. And I just went to see Agnostic Front twice this year, and them dudes, I think Vinny Stigma is 70, and them dudes, their energy level is off the fucking chain, son. Like it's like they don't look 70 the way they move. So it's incredible to see what they do, man. No, I got underground stuff. I have playlists on Spotify. I have one called Crack Era Gold, where I started piecing together. Oh, Danny Diablo is a G. He Crown of Thorns, Scarhead. That's a general. Madball, one of the best live performance. Freddie Madball, the whole Madball posse. There's so many dope hardcore bands killing it right now. So it's like, I love New York hardcore, not just. Thank you, Machiavelli. That's dope. Hardcore is always my go-to, because it's almost like seeing a photo without a filter. It's real. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing added to it. There's no tricks or gloss. It's just this is our shit, and it just punches it right in the gut every time, and you gotta love it. Um, so I'm putting together a playlist on Spotify called Crack Era Gold, and I'm putting the obvious songs. You know what I mean? With Boogie Down Productions, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Cool G Rap, Bismarck. But then I'm making sure Super Lover C, Casanova Rudd is on there, and so on and so forth. And Stetsasonic. Um, you get where I'm going with this. Trying to make sure that it's on MC Shan, Roxanne Shante, and so on and so forth. Steezo, yes. EPMD, yes. And so just making sure that all of these names are on this list. So it's going to be an ongoing project for me as I keep on remembering and finding the songs that have to be on this list. I have another one. Chub Rock, yes, yes, yes. Torches to Rome. No, I never heard of Torches to Rome. I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Um, I have another list. It's called, I, man, I don't remember what it's called. It's like the title's like old school or something like that, and it's straight up like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Davey D and the DMX, um, Mantronics, Art of Noise, Fantasy 3, CD3, um, uh, Pumpkin and the All Stars, shit. The list. Come on, son. I hate when I do this. Kraftwerk. Crazy Legs is in the hitty house for sure. Crazy Legs is in the hit house. Um, yes, yes, you get the routine. Conway the Machine is a beast. All them Griselda dudes get my respect. I go through their catalog all the time, and just based on lyrical, Shower Shoe Lords, right? That song Shower Shoe Lords off of the Fly God. Yo, both West Side and Benny murdered that shit. Murdered it. But everybody came with their A game on that album. Whether it's Griselda or the extended family, Droog and the others that came and contributed. Everybody just came with their A game. Nobody was fucking around. I just got a lot of love for that whole circle. So that's the deal with that. And then other albums that made my rotation this year, obviously the new Clips album. That was, to me, that's album of the year for me. For me, that's album of the year. I just love what they did. Everything from the rollout to the tunes to what Pharrell gave them as beats. Everything is just brilliantly crafted album. Um, on the rock side of things, I love the band Car Seat Headrest and their album Scholars. What a masterpiece. If you're into indie rock, this album will blow your mind. These kids are no joke. Rome Streets, yeah, Rome Streets, he's dope. He probably killed it too. Yes, salute to Bobito, the barber, for reals. The Clips, yes. And I believe the band that I'm talking about, Car Seat Headrest, is also from Virginia. So that's kind of cool that you pointed that out. If you're into indie rock, this band is, they're high level musicians that, in my opinion, just really extraordinary songwriters is what they are. That's how I would categorize them. And you could see the homie in this chat, Play Dead. Make sure. Playing Dead, excuse me. So, sorry, Sam. You can see the homie right there, Playing Dead. Check out his band. Again, another band, incredible songwriting, just beautiful singing, just really good, really good. And I'm going to be reviewing the EP next year on my, when I do albums that should have a spotlight, they're going to be one of the albums that I'll be talking about more in depth when I do that episode next year, which is in a couple of weeks. So, but yes, Playing Dead, Car Seat Headrest. Turnstile, from what I understand, put out a very good album. I haven't even gotten to hear that album. I watched them. Nah, Sam, it's the truth, man. You're very good at what you do. I'm not gassing you. I'm not. If you weren't, I wouldn't even say it because then I'd end up embarrassing myself. And so you are very good at what you do. I love your vocal tone. I love your guitar playing. The fact that you could sing and play guitar is something that I've been practicing and I've done from time to time. And you've been an inspiration to me, and you've been a shoulder for when I was going through a meltdown. So Pete, ladies and gentlemen, homie Playing Dead. That's Sam. He's the lead singer, guitar player from the band Playing Dead, and he's a good dude. So y'all, please, if you're into good rock music, check out the band, man. Very lovable, very likable band. Salute to Sam. Um, Trying to think. De La Soul, Mobb Deep, definitely out of the 7 that Nas dropped, I have to put De La, Mobb Deep, Light Years, those 3 albums on top. Ghost Ray, Slick Rick, Big L. That's pretty much how it falls. But my order doesn't mean shit. It's like I'm not. This isn't some clickbait. These are all top 20 rappers of 2025. So you could debate and lose your shit in the comments section. The order doesn't really mean anything. I just think that what Nas, again, I'm repeating, is that what Nas did this year is just like, oh my God. Like how do you what do you do? It's like he gets the red carpet. Everybody should you know that scene in Star Wars where Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and Chewbacca about face and Chewie lets out a growl and everybody no as they march and everybody turns. That's how we got to roll for Nas and all of the artists he pulled. Like we all got to be standing at attention for what Nas did. That's how I feel. Like that's like what he pulled off 7 albums in a year, and not just 7 albums from some of the most influential, iconic MCs known to mankind. So it's like, geez, man, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you even fuck with that, man? Exactly, Playing it's Sam. It's like it's just what Nas did is just brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. I have to check out the Exhibit album. I haven't listened to that. There's so many albums. My brother Vinny Paz dropped an incredible album this year. He's another one. And I texted him. I was like, yo, son, your album is dope. And it is. I wouldn't lie to him. That's not something that I just randomly text somebody, Vinny has always been good, first and foremost, at picking incredible beats. And then his bar game, his vocal cadence, everything about it. Yeah, it's just, there's so many albums that it's hard for me to catch up. So I just have to like take it in stride and go at it very, right, Gorilla, you see what I'm saying? Yes, Jordan, exactly. Y'all don't know what I'm doing. Y'all don't know what I'm saying. We're all on the same page. It's just, but because the release machine is it's so fast, it really is hard to catch up. I mean, Gorilla's been telling me to listen to Coyote for like a few weeks now, and I haven't had a chance because like as I'm about to listen, then Nas drops another one, and then I'm working on my shit. It's like, woo, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's dope at the same time because nobody's slowing down. And for once in our lives, we could honestly look at rap music for a second and say, that real shit is winning. That real shit is winning. We have nothing to complain about. I've always felt that it was always winning, but after what Nas did this year, he put a flag in the fucking dirt. The real shit is winning. There's nothing. What can you complain about? What can you complain about? So, salute to everybody that participated. Me, this year, all I did was singles, and I'll be talking about it on the pre-recorded for next year because, like I said, next week, I won't be doing any live feeds, but there will be a pre-recorded episode about my year-end wrap-up of what I did this year for qunique, for Mother Fuzz, the features I did with Sonny, from POD, with Lord Goat, um, and so many other things that I got to do this year. But I'll have it in the pre-recorded wrap-up, so stay tuned for that. And man, next year is gonna be crazy, man. A whole new qunique album with DJ Repmatic, whole new album with Mother Fuzz, and just getting ready for the fun-filled 2026, man. So thank you guys so much for holding me down, for being with me on this journey. This is almost part of my year-end speech. It's been a blast, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know y'all, man. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. I just said the name of the album. It's gonna be called the QR Code. Q for qunique, R for Retmatic, and the code. We live by a code when it comes to this hip hop shit. Y'all know that. You know me and Retmatic are dignified when it comes to this. So it's the QR Code, and that's the name of the album. That's all I could give you. I can't give you the features yet. Can't give you that yet, but that's what it's going to be called. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you more than you could ever imagine, brother. Oh, it's all good, Tanya. Thank you, Gorilla. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate your donation. I got you, Gorilla. Got a lot of love for you. Thank you. I got a lot of love for all of y'all. The support is insane, and you guys have been amazing. Thank you, Machiavelli. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I got to get, and obviously, another thing to look forward to is that next year we're going to have guests on the show. I hope to have Crazy Legs, a guest on the show, as well as I've already spoke to a few heads, and they're going to make their way over to my neck of the woods here and be on the show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said earlier, there's a chance that this set that you're looking at is going to have a little bit of a makeover. So we'll see. Well, Machiavelli, he has to be in LA unless we do the remote interviews. So we'll see how that falls together. But I'm definitely gonna have some homies come through and be on the show, just like when Retmatic was the only guest on the show this year, man. Afro is dope too, man. Salute to. I never met homie, but he is dope, man. And he's been at it for a minute now, and he definitely gets a lot of props, man. Very lyrical kid and very dope at what he does, man. Salute to Afro for real, man. And much success on his project, man. I'm trying to think if y'all, let me see. Yeah, Red went to work, man. So I'm hoping that, the more and more guests we have, we could do some more cool, surprising stuff and have fun with it. And you know the deal, man. So it's a lot of fun, man. I think I'm going to come to the end of this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to thank you again for coming to hang out. I had a blast with y'all. Like I said, next week, just keep an eye out. I'll be promoting the pre-recorded episode for next week. It's going to be a 2025 wrap-up of my adventures this year. And I'll get into the details of how certain songs got recorded and how things came together. Don't forget, check out qunique.com. We still got a few of these qunique tag t-shirts in stock. The vinyls have been sold out, unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time. Yes, shout out to R.A. the Rugged Man for sure. A lot of salute to him. And let's get ready for 2026, y'all. I just want to wish y'all a beautiful weekend. I want to wish y'all for next week a very happy new year. Party and have fun. Be responsible as much as you should be. And whatever you're hoping for the next year, whatever you're locking into with your discipline, your focus, your path, just know, man, that if you ever want to ask for any helpful tips or hints while we doing this, or you want to shoot me a DM on Instagram or whatever, I got you. And I mean that, because more than anything, what's important is that y'all pursue your passions, okay? Seriously. We only get one life, so make it count. Thank y'all so very much. Much love to y'all. Have a beautiful weekend. I won't see you next week. I'll see you the week after in 2026. Have a happy new year. Keep an eye out for the pre-recorded episode next week. I'll be promoting that. Much love to y'all. Stay safe. Peace.